I'm installing my new smart home in a box. Well, it did come in a box. I'm going to tear down my old system and build a new one from scratch. And while I do, I'm going to tell you what can tear a smart home apart, because mine's well and truly been torn apart. So right now my system's a mess. Some things work and some things don't. And I'm pretty sure it's because I've ended up with too many hubs. I've had Philips Hue for the longest time. So when people say Hue just works, they really mean it, because this is my Hue bridge and it still works. But I started adding new brands and accessories, for example LifeX and WLED, that we need to rip out in this video. But having different lights from different manufacturers is only part of the problem. What about the control devices that control the lights, like switches and motion sensors? Getting these to talk to the lights is again the other half of the battle. So how would you get an Aqara motion sensor to talk to a LifeX light, for example? Well, most people would use a hub, and I'm using Apple HomeKit. Now, to have this work with HomeKit, you need one of the hubs. Now, this is disguised as either an Apple TV, a HomePod Mini, or one of the bigger HomePods. Or you've got Google Home, which relies heavily on cloud connections, for example. So back to our original scenario, I'm using HomeKit as my hub to bridge this Aqara sensor to turn on this LifeX light. And this is where the problem lies. Although it's okay, it's still a problem, and it does break. So in an effort to simplify everything, I'm bringing in this, the Aqara S1 Plus. Now this is a home control panel that actually lives on the wall, and I have the perfect place for it to go. Hopefully. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. As well as adding all the Aqara devices, this can act as a Zigbee 3.0 hub and a Matter bridge, meaning I can tie Aqara devices and even devices from other brands. So if everything goes to plan, we should use this to control all of this, and it should just work. Let's get started. So we've just cobbled together 9 meters of Aqara's LED strips with a mixture of extension cables. Now the problem with this install is that there was already a cable that went from the cupboard up to the ceiling. So I spliced into the cable on the Aqara LED controller and brought it up here, and it still works. The moment I've been waiting for ever since I installed WLED up here. Tunable white. So obviously you've got tunable effects like this, but the tunable white is the deal breaker for me, and an actual white LED strip. Now this basically ensures that if you want a warm light, that you will actually get a warm light and not that that's been represented by the red, green and blue diodes. Now I'm so happy about that, but this is where it gets interesting. It works! So going back to making things easier, this thing not only looks like an iPad on the wall, which it basically is, it's a tiny little screen which can do a whole number of things, but as you can see behind, I've actually replaced some wall switches here and tied this into those cables. So now, via this display, I can actually trigger the lights that were previously done on that old switch. Now, as mentioned, this is a hub as well, so the LED strip that we've ran around the ceiling can be controlled via this board. And if the internet still goes down, as long as this thing still has power, everything will still work. That's important because if the internet goes down, with this thing being its own hub and the light switch itself, you won't need the internet to control simple lights. But for now, let's go and fit some more lights. So over the weekend, we installed some more lights, replacing all of the LifeX. Namely the T1 strip from Aqara. This is in the void, below the cabinet, behind the cactus, and Who Made the Rules, and flanking this, the T1 bulb in the lamp. And all of these Aqara lights are linked back to the S1 Plus hub on the wall, which we, yes, finally got installed. It looks insane. But we're only just getting started. Let me show you how I've got all of this set up and configured in the app and on the S1 itself. So the S1 panel itself, yes, can be wall mounted like we have here, but it also has a USB-C port on the bottom of it. So if you want to have this on your desk or somewhere else, you can do. But the perks of putting it on the wall means that behind you can connect 2 circuits of lights. So if I swipe here to the kitchen, I can control the kitchen spotlights, which were previously controlled with a dumb switch on the wall here. The other circuit I'm using for the spots over the island, which now gives me smart control via this panel and via the app on my phone of these previously dumb spotlights. Sick. Now we'll come onto the app a little bit later because that's where you can get really techie and quite powerful with all of the automations. But first, this insane panel. Now I've set this thing up with numerous boards here and you can swipe between them with a simple swipe. So the first board here is the board that I've built out for this kitchen. You can see on the left we've got the temperature here and I can actually control my air conditioner, which is insane because there's so many times when I'm faffing around trying to find that remote just to get it either a little bit cooler or warmer in here. No more, it's directly controlled from this glass touch panel. And that's because in this room I have the M3 hub and that has an IR blaster built into it which can in turn control that aircon unit. Really, really cool. Next to that, swiping over, as you can see, we have the other lights from Aqara that are situated in this room. So as well as the 2 spotlights, we've got the stone lamp, the kitchen void LED strip, the cactus, everything in here. And these are just simple on-off toggles at the moment. Swiping over a little further, you can see that we've got kitchen warm, cool, kitchen night, and a kitchen toggle. These are specific scenes I've set up with the app that I can then trigger with a button press. So if I want all the lights warm in here, I can click kitchen warm. And I also jerry-rigged one of the single rocker light switches to control the who made the rules sign, which was previously plugged in with a 240 volt plug, and that can be controlled here. Really cool. The only other lights to mention are the ones in the dining room. Now I can control these from here with the dining room spots, but the wires for the dining room spots don't end up here, they end up a separate switch in there. But because the switch in there is an Aqara switch, I can then control that switch with a button on here. So now I have the dining room light switch in the correct place, not behind a stupid door. But the best thing, as I've discovered over the last weekend, is it doesn't just stop at lighting. I've already shown you the fact that I can control the aircon unit in here via IR and the M3 hub, but I've also set up another pane here that I can get to by swiping, which is the studio pane. And on here, I can click play and bring up the camera in the studio, which is absolutely awesome. And I'm not gonna lie, this has been really unexpectedly useful because I didn't realize that as well as viewing the camera from the studio, which is another one of Aqara's hubs, you can actually have a two-way conversation between this and the camera in the studio. So it kind of acts as an intercom. And this has been really useful to chat to Jed, for example, when he's in the studio and I'm in here in the kitchen. Now, the problem with that Aqara hub is it's not always pointing at the air conditioner. So I've set up a scene within the app to make it point at the air conditioner before it does its IR control. And I can toggle that scene by clicking this. The camera will move and fire off to the aircon and then return back to its original position. Now this is all done within scenes within the Aqara app, and then you can assign these scenes as buttons to somewhere within your S1. Now I also do have some other Aqara switches in the studio, as to which obviously I can control directly from here. The toilet lights, the hexagon lights in the studio, as well as the neon glasses. And I can visually see here in the house if anything's been left on in the studio. Now, last but not least, still on the studio board, we have the presence sensors. Now, these are the MW2. There's one in the studio and I've got one here in the kitchen. Now, these aren't just motion sensors. They can actually tell where you are in a room specifically. If you want to find out more about millimeter wave, we've done a deep dive. I'll stick that up there. But basically, the top and bottom of it is you can set up zones within your room and then only have things happen if someone is in that certain zone. So I can see here that there is currently no one specifically sat at my desk within the office. Now I'm using the millimeter wave sensors for security in this sense, but also to control lights. So in the evening, I have the millimeter wave sensor in here to, when it detects a person, obviously turn on the lights, and when it doesn't, turn them off. And I can't stress enough how much more accurate millimeter wave sensors are than the standard PIR sensors. Now there's one last sensor that I've incorporated into this entire system, and this is really for security. It's Aqara's window and door sensor, and I've tied this up with a few automations so that if, for example, the studio door gets opened, this device in here audibly says,
"Someone just opened the studio door,"
followed by displaying the live feed of the camera instantly without having to click anything, which is really cool. I've set up another automation that makes this thing say,
"Notice the glass door's been left open. You might want to close it to maintain temperature,"
if I, for whatever reason, left the back door open. Now, this may seem like magic, but it really is just an automation that when something happens, play this audio track. And with all of these sensors, it would be silly not to use them as some sort of alarm system. So that's exactly what I've done. And I can get notifications if these contact sensors are triggered or the millimeter wave sensors detect any motion. It really is an all-in-one solution. And the best part is, it works when the internet's off. So we're back where we started and all of the products have been installed. So what's my thoughts of a smart home system in a box? First off, I love smart home stuff in general because usually you buy a product and you know exactly what that product is going to do on the tin. But with a smart home, you buy it, start tinkering with it, your mind can run wild, and then you can figure out automations that will make your daily life easier. Don't know how people can't get addicted to that. Everybody starts simple with a smart home and then over time ends up adding things to it, different hubs here and there, trying to make different manufacturers talk together, and then things tend to fall apart. So what I've found is tending to stick with one manufacturer if you want an easy smart home life is the best way to go. I've had and have been thoroughly enjoying using Aqara products for many years now. I like the fact that they not only make amazing lights, but also hubs to control these lights, and then amazing sensors and control devices like wireless switches. And all of this stuff can work without an internet connection, which is a massive win for me. And yes, it is possible and more than doable to make different manufacturers work well together. I've been doing it and have been moderately satisfied for years, but now I'm eking that 100% satisfaction. So having it all in one walled garden to me is the only viable way to guarantee a 100% success rate every time you click your switch or walk into your room. So that's the kitchen ticked off on the smart home upgrade list. And we've definitely got a few more rooms to overhaul, like the studio and some other rooms within the house. I want to say a massive thanks to Aqara as well for sending out all the gear. I would have bought all this stuff anyway and have been using their stuff for years. I genuinely really like it all. And as always, thanks to you guys for watching, and let us know in the comments if you want to see a full smart home tour. The Aqara Panel Hub S1 Plus Panel Hub.